Action. We love to, and rightfully so, by the way, we love to take a crap on David Zaslav because he's not.
We need a good jumping the gun.
He's not
for David Zaslav.
We do. I was trying to think of a name, but his last name doesn't.
David the Gun. Like like
Crushing Goliath. No, because then I make him David.
No. Oh.
See what I mean?
Yeah. We don't want him to be the hero.
No, we definitely don't.
Yeah.
Wish Goliath would have won. No, I don't know. I got. So this all kind of ties in to one of the new releases this weekend, which we'll eventually have a review up for, maybe Clown in a Cornfield.
I don't want to veto.
It's just like
veto that.
It's like a horror comedy.
It looks real bad.
From the guy who did Tucker and Dale versus Evil, which is a huge cult horror comedy.
Yeah,
with Alan Tudyk.
I'll claim ignorance on that one. I got no idea.
It was like it was big, like to the point where they were going to do a whole series. I'm guessing on would that be Max?
Yeah, Max.
Yeah. So Max. The creator
failing to the max is David Zaslav. So
we could
failing to the max.
That's not bad.
The
the creator of that movie, I love this, calls Zaslav, quote, the slayer of all cinema. The story is they were
cinema slayer.
They were in full. Here's one of the quotes. It's always been a struggle, and then we get to do setup, and we get all the pieces together, and it gets killed somehow. Yeah. We almost did a TV show with. Oh, it was going to be on TNT.
Dale and Dawson
the
versus
Tail
Evil.
and whoever. Yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. And they said Zaslav just showed up and said, "It's over. It's dead. Put the nail in the coffin. No reason.
Cool.
No excuse.
Yeah.
Just came on to a set and just shut the show down."
There's a reason. It's because he can. Because he can. Like, I think it's just, I don't even think it's a money thing.
Yeah,
I think it's just a power trip. Yeah. It's like, I have the power to do this, so I'm going to do it. Like,
which
consequences be damned.
And it's true, which leads us into
jobs be damned.
A quote that he also said this week is that Warner Brothers is going to start leaning more and more into their 3 tentpole properties.
Like Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings. What would be the third?
DC.
Yeah, but we don't really count that anymore.
Which is weird because originally they wanted to sell it, but now he said they're going to go back all in again. We've had canceled DC projects that have been uncanceled.
James Gunn hasn't even started yet.
I know. Which leads us into they are running a hype campaign. I don't know if you've seen it. For all the directors that did the same thing for the Flash movie. Like, greatest comic book movie of all time, question mark?
For Superman?
For Superman.
No. It can't be.
All the people.
Superman looks good. I'm sure it'll be a fun movie, but it's going to be a James Gunn movie. Like, yeah, which I don't have a problem with, but I'm like, in the grand scheme of every movie being the same, like,
I don't want to hear Zaslav and the other guy saying things like he really hit the mark on this, and James Gunn knows what he's doing with Super. Like, it just feels like you're going to give us the Flash. If they wouldn't have said anything about the Flash,
yeah,
and it'd been like, yeah, no, it's a movie. You'd have been like, it's all right.
Yeah.
But
it's fun.
They hyped it for a year extra on the reshoots and said this is it. This is the real game changer.
Mm-hmm. Superman hasn't had many reshoots, though.
That's true.
We've only been hearing about Superman for like, what, a year now? Like a year and a half, maybe? Like, comes out in July.
Yeah.
So like.
Yeah, he was going bonkers at the beginning.
Right.
And then
he went, shut the fuck
he listened to us when we said, shut up. Just shut up. We don't.
Which is a bad idea because he killed our podcast.
It's true. He did. He did shut up.
We don't have a jumping the gun. We've done like one this year because there's been no news.
I have a feeling that whole review is going to be a jumping the gun.
Yeah.
Zaslav also has announced the new Lord of the Rings movie.
Yeah, I saw that. And not animated like War for a Hero.
No.
A live action one. And not the Hunt for. Is it the Hunt for Gollum?
That's one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. That looks like. That December, we got a date finally yesterday.
This is Vigo returning. Vigo's returning for.
I don't know how we're gonna.
Hunt for Gollum, I thought maybe.
He's getting old, but I would. They kind of need him to return. Just de-age him.
Aragold.
Yeah. This is December 17th, 27.
Oh, so like fucking. Why are we talking about it then, Zaslav? That movie doesn't come out till fucking 20s. I'll be 28 years old when the fucking new Lord of the Rings movie comes out. Are you kidding me? That's bullshit.
It's directed by Andy Serkis and starring Andy Serkis.
Andy Serkis directed the Venom movies, so that tells you.
I think he did the second
and
one.
third.
Yeah,
I think, right. I'm pretty sure.
Does this feel a little late
for Lord of the Rings?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're done. Well, you crashed out with your Apple show, which didn't work. War for Hero
please,
made...
Amazon, please.
Oh yeah.
That was Bezos
Sorry,
just.
so sorry. Yeah. Amazon show. They both start with A in my head. So
It's
I'm
true.
Like, they're the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that.
And then War for Hero made no fucking money, even though we both really liked that.
Yeah, because they didn't promote it. There was no.
The marketing was terrible. It was dead on arrival, that movie. I loved War for Hero. Animation, Attack on Titan studio,
Mhm. No,
give
I
it to
agree.
me. Yeah, that movie was great.
I don't understand. I think we would have, if they would have immediately went in to the we got to make a Gollum movie, because it looked good 20 years ago when they did it.
Right.
Like, why didn't they do that before The Hobbit? Or directly
right
after the Hobbit.
Right after the Hobbit.
Like, we waited too long.
Hobbit reintroduced the world.
Mhm.
Had Gollum.
And
Gollum
people
was hype.
really like the first one. The other
Yeah.
two not as much, but
Yeah, the first Hobbit's great. Yeah, it needed to be.
and then
two
we're gonna wait
movies
another
at
10,
best. Yeah,
15 years. I don't understand.
Yeah.
This isn't
Yeah.
like Shrek.
No.
It's not. You can't hide the people aging 20 years because it's an animated movie.
No, and Lord of the Rings doesn't even have the same like Star Trek. We shouldn't be doing any more Star Trek movies, and we're really not. It's just like shows because it's always existing.
No, you round out the unit. That's what I feel like people constantly want more and more and more, right? And I get it, but I feel like we need to round out a universe and then do stories inside of
But
it.
the fandom is fine right now. Like Lord of the Rings fans are still Lord of the Rings fans,
Right.
Like they don't need.
Well, they don't want a
another
remake, which I
movie,
agree.
But they don't need another movie.
No, but that's what they're trying to. I think we talked about the animated one. You keep doing
Do
those
the
kind of
animated,
fun,
do this
different
cool
projects.
stories, that are gonna cost you way less to bring to people who don't have time to read the fucking Silmarillion. Like me. Dang it.
The rumors initially were they were going to break this movie up into two.
Ah.
And I'm like, here we go. But they're saying that they're not. It's one movie, one story.
It's just gonna be 4 hours.
But they're already working on another movie
Uh-huh.
set around this time.
Okay.
So they're trying to expand it, but like,
I don't care about the extensive
I don't.
lore of we beat Sauron and then Frodo goes off with the elves. That's it. That's the
Yeah, we
end.
got like a nice
that's
conclusion,
it.
and then we did the beginning. We did the Hobbit.
It's like,
So,
yeah, but then what? Like, no, but nothing. But then what? Nothing.
guys, Game of
Like,
Thrones. Just that's the lesson we all need to take away from this.
Stop.
You got some good stories here. Do the good stories, and then leave it.
Yeah. Yep. Leave it in its bubble.
Star Wars is dying because of
Don't
this.
pop the bubble. Star Wars is like trying to catch up with itself,
And
but
now-
they
see-
keep releasing bad products.
And then they go back to the original little line of time, and they can make good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Because that's all what people really truly care about.
Right. right.
I don't need to know what this job or side character 500 years into the
That
future
was the
is
problem
doing.
with the Lord of the Rings show. Is like, we're gonna set up like 5 different plot lines.
Mhm. So
it's like Dark Crystal
slow.
show. Like here's these characters, and we're gonna fucking spend 10 minutes in an episode each on them, so it's a 60-minute episode. But
Yeah.
we're gonna explore all these characters, and then they come together. It's canceled. What is you canceled?
Did
the
they
show?
cancel it?
Lord of the Rings show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
it
pretty sure.
officially?
I'm pretty sure. Or they ended. I don't know.
I don't.
I know they don't want to probably spend $100 million on a fucking episode if it's not going to
It's
get any
just,
views.
it's
like,
where are we going?
where
It
are we
just felt-
going?
And everybody looked too clean, like we're at a cosplay convention. That's my problem with that
Yeah.
show. The movies made you feel like you were there. The show is like
Everything's too neat.
too nice
Yeah,
and
too
clean.
neat. Yeah, I didn't like the show. The show didn't sell me because it was like, here's all these characters that you have to care about, and I don't. I just
I
don't.
don't.
I don't want it.
And I should tell you how bad Warner Brothers is.
Warner Brothers is bad. We
They're
know
just-
that. We know that.
I mean, people crap on
Still
Disney,
bad.
but that's all they're
Zaslav
doing.
should not have his
They're
job
making-
by
they're-
2027. Like, what are we doing?
We're only going to make movies with our franchises. Like they're making another Matrix movie, They're making,
Oh, no.
you know what
Are
I
they?
mean? Yeah, so they're doing
Oh,
all of these
no.
things instead of doing original new stuff. And also this last thing before we wrap it up with Zaslav, supposedly Max is going, which is the funniest thing because we said this when they merged and dropped
They're bringing
the
HBO back.
They want to. They're not going to bring it back, but they're basically going to lean more into HBO and do more prestige shows because they've realized that people want to see good television. So I'm like,
Last of Us, prime example right now. Season 2 is airing. The fall off of that show when the thing happens,
Right.
when if you
Mhm.
know, viewers immediately dropped.
yeah,
Tanked.
nobody wants to watch it now. And I've read things going like it's just like the game. Like
Mhm.
people just stopped playing the game after
Yep.
that point.
Yep.
What were they thinking?
I don't
That
know.
was the one time you could have changed something,
Mhm.
and people probably wouldn't have been pissed.
No, probably wouldn't have been too mad.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
I don't understand
So-
how Zaslav has a job.
Or how he's still planning
And
on
he's
having
still
a job
making-
for the next
We're just gonna lean on James Gunn and Andy Serkis for everything. Like,
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy